Since the start of human history, it is most likely to say that the rich consumption of dairy beverages that has that rich, refreshing, and silky taste, or also to many known as milk, has been part of the human diet for a really long time. The idea that a given time milk was only meant and fed to infants and baby animals is crazy to think that now there is elderly beyond the second age that have drank milk their whole life, as well as their past generations. However, we live in an era today where technology and food production is at its all-time high of superiority compared to past myths about milk. As I stated before, these past centuries, science and people's health have showed how cow milk is one of the worst and unhealthiest beverage you can ever drink based on its unhealthy habit of consumption, health problems developed throughout the years of consumption, as well as how much of a difference of healthiness there is when consuming non-dairy plant-based milk. According to Tech Interactive, in the United States, about 90% of grown-age adults drink cow milk. This means that mostly everyone in the United States has a habit of drinking cow milk because of it's possible to say how much its consumption has passed from generation to generation to generation, as well as the consumption of drinking at least 1 cup a day for breakfast. Do you, audience, believe that so much obsessive consumption of this product on the daily over a large amount of time is healthy for you? It's absolutely not a healthy consumption. There is 4 types of cow milks that you're available to purchase in a supermarket today. Regular, which is the gallon of milk that has a red cap. Low fat or reduced fat, which is a 2% milk, which has a blue cap. And there is non-fat, which is a pink cap. And a non-sugar half and half milk, which is a yellow cap. The least controversial and well-liked by the population and most famous is a low-fat 2% milk. 2% low-fat milk is a pasteurized and refined milk in order to reduce the most saturated and trans fat out of milk. Thus, you want to know how much calories is just in a single cup of 2% milk? That is around 120 calories per cup. A singular glass of milk in a standard sized breakfast is around 14 ounces. That is nearly around 200 calories per glass of milk during breakfast. And this is just your breakfast meal. So say you take a dairy snack in the afternoon or cereal before you go to sleep. That is nearly around 900 calories just on milk produce itself. Do you believe this is 100% scale healthy for you? Crazy to think that something so high in calories, even if pasteurized in order to reduce its fat content, is still healthy for you. Secondly, you can argue that as a kid you never had any problems or still don't have any problems with drinking cow milk. However, these problems with milk that all of us humans have are developed throughout the years of consumption. Now let me ask you a question, audience. How many of you guys here are sort of lactose intolerant to any milk? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All right. Okay, now let me ask you, how many of you didn't develop this problem till after your teenage years? Okay, many of you. Exactly. According to the grosshealth.org, lactose intolerance can start suddenly, even if you have never had trouble with dairy products. Lactose intolerance is a perfect example of the common and less dangerous digestive problem milk. Milk can be obtained from drinking cow milk. Also, another health issue that revolves around the idea that we humans should not continue to drink cow milk is the effective that antibiotics have in cows' hormones for cows to be able to lactate for a longer period of time after its natural time of giving birth to a baby calf. According to NCBIA, a research database, milk and dairy products contain micronutrients and several bioactive constituents that may influence cancer risk and progression of cancer cells. This statement says a lot about the risk that individual take for drinking that beverage. And will you risk your life and the life of your family from getting cancer for supposedly getting that extra use of calcium and nutrients? I wouldn't. Thirdly, people may say that it will be hard for them adapting to not drinking cow milk. However, this is not a struggle at all. For change, since we live in a world today where food products are made with organic and plant-based ingredients. As many people know, almond milk is a very well-known dairy-free and full plant-based product that is a healthy and also very light dairy beverages. Only one single element will have you shocked how healthy almond milk is compared to regular milk. One single glass of almond milk, according by Silk, a very well-known plant-based food producer, that states that it is only about 40 calories and contains 0 grams of sugar, 0 grams of transaturated fat or saturated fat, and also contains double the amount of calcium in regular milk. These facts definitely says a lot of how much of healthiness cow milk has compared to a non-dairy milks. Also, there is a lot of options and low cost for non-dairy milk in all grocery stores in California especially. There is no excuse to say that dairy milk is the only option available. And there is no such thing, the idea that dairy milk is actually good for you. And it is meant to the idea. Milk is meant to be for a baby calf to be fed upon. Or a young living baby that needs to get stronger day to day throughout its past few months of being born and grow, and not for humans' everyday life in full adulthood to live consumption and risk in growing larger health problems as well as an unhealthy lifestyle. In conclusion, I would like to stand and believe that science and people's health have shown how bad cow milk is and one of the worst and unhealthiest beverages you can ever drink. Based on its unhealthy habit, health problems developed throughout the years, and how much of a difference of healthiness there is when consuming non-dairy, plant-based milk. As a population as a whole, this is one of those unhealthy habits we should overcome together, just like the usage of cigarettes. Also usage of a lot of different type of medical drugs. This should be something we should stop for further generations because of how many unhealthy consumers there is in America of drinking cow milk. Should be very important and the best for our human health, the health of others around us, and primary for the near future to keep our future generations safe from any sort of unhealthiness and obesity.